Yep. Okay. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. You might have heard the background. I'm sitting here watching the Nature Boy, cult documentary, Carbonation cult documentary, and I decided to go live real quick. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is wherever you are in the world. I hope you all slept well and everyone is doing well. I'm sitting here and I turned on the Carbonation Nature Boy documentary, whatever the name of it is. Let me see. Let me hit this pause. I know I'm sure if you followed that, then you're aware of it. It's called The Cult of Nature Boy. That's what it's called, and it's on Hulu. So if you're familiar with Carbonation or the Nature Boy situation, then this documentary will offer you some information. I started watching it last night, and before I went to sleep, I fell asleep on it, and I woke up and I pressed play again. And I'm not going to even say I watched it in order because as I started watching it, I was like, oh wow, they're missing some things, and they kept teasing the Malia um Velvet. I was like, which what's her name now? Velvet situation. And so I had to skip around to see what they did because I'm like, they're not gonna show much of that. There's no way that they can. They showed enough to say whatever they had to say. Um the former cult members that are featured in it, I'm not surprised at all. The other ones so far, they're in the videos with their faces blurred, but they're, I guess, spoiler alert, but I did say I was watching that. So, if you haven't seen it or you don't want to hear beforehand, then this isn't the thing to listen to. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to me, if it's a movie, do not spoil it. Don't spoil it for me. You could tell me it was good or bad. You can do those things, but do not tell me the plot. But when it comes to documentaries or docuseries or whatever like that, I don't actually really care, especially something like this because I watched it in real time. And although I will say the people who mostly covered it in real time, actually, I haven't watched any of their content, and I see that they have dropped some regarding it. Some of them are going into dropping some of the old videos, the stuff that they kind of screen recorded as it was happening. This docu series leaves a lot to be desired, but it seems like they're just not mentioning the folks that they probably didn't get approval from, even if they're being shown in some capacity. And then for the most part, mostly you're not seeing the current members. A couple of times you did, and a couple of times they're because some people's faces are being blurred, others are being shown. Because I saw Juju, and so anyway, it's kind of interesting. I think, though, as we've seen with other things, they can do more than one documentary. So those that have more information, that can do a more thorough job within the limits of whatever is allowed. I think they should, because if you didn't watch it in real time, if you don't know the actual story, then there's a whole lot that's missing. And even though what's being shown shows really some really evil traits, this docu series is only scratching the surface. It only scratching the surface, and the start of it left a lot to be desired as well. But I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, and I'm thinking sometimes they'll green light something and they only allow so much. So maybe they only green lit a 4 episode series, so they had to focus on what was most important, deal with the folks that are there, that are doing their what do they call it? Not green screen. The shit, what the hell do they call it? The sidebar, the people who are giving their point of view. Maybe that's the direction they chose to go in. And maybe based off of this, they can get greenlit to do more episodes. Or sometimes, like I've seen on Netflix, where they do a series and it starts with a smaller series with just a few episodes. And then once that kind of picks up and gets the ratings, then they come back with so much more. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. It's a good start if you don't know the story, but it left a whole lot to be desired. So anyway, that is that. But you get the gist of what happened from watching it. um and so that's that. So that's what was playing in the background, and I just doing a little talking to warm it up. But let me tell you why I actually came here. I want to say good morning again to you all. This is Kiss the Ring. I'm back off in this thing. And happy Sunday to y'all. Let me see. Oh, my comments wasn't even showing up until just now. Black T, good morning, good morning. She said, good morning, Kiss. She said, I was watching that too. It blew my mind in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? But it's really crazy though. Like all the stuff that he did. Yeah, yeah, it does. It said I was trying to Google the members to see what they're doing now. I don't, do I have my other phone? They're in the wilderness somewhere, walking. Somebody said they was in Cali, but they're in the wilderness, living on the grid. Let me see. Let me try to, what's the name of their page? I'll tell you if you want to see. Wait, no, I got them over. Oh yeah. Let me see. Oh no, that's old. Hold on their old page though. I got so many. I personally have so many screen recordings. I got so many screen recordings, they don't make no damn sense of carbonation and members. And I don't have as many as like some of these other people have, because they caught it from day one. But I also have, I was thinking about deleting, and I gotta look back and see. I hope I didn't delete. I had, as they were leaving, um after his demise, I got so many screen recordings, it does not make any sense. And also the cult members that stayed after he left. I caught all of that as they transitioned, and then it was taking up so much space and I kind of got busy, so after a while I stopped recording. But I think prime time is early on when they left, because some of them stopped doing as much, like Aaron, what's the other girl, Kendra, um you know, the girls, they're just repetitive, so I kind of got sick of listening to them, when they walk around talking about the same thing with the judge and all the bullcrap propaganda that they were saying. And so there is that. But you know what? I find interesting that they showed who was behind that page, Carbonation is Falling. That's interesting. And to see the work that she put in, it's like I haven't finished it yet, but it's looking like, cause with her calling the police and the police showing up, it's like she, maybe they got some hope from that, because some of them just didn't want to be there anymore. They say, and I totally understood that, because I was saying that back then. I'm like, I wonder if some of them are over this. And it's literally one of those, they've done this and what are they going to do, or how are they going to explain the choices that, being in such a thing, kind of deal. Like, I wondered, but I haven't finished it, like I said. So let me see, let me look at the comments. She said I was trying to, no, she said the fact that he got life and 10 added was why I was interested in seeing what did he do. Oh, okay, yeah. But you know something, he did not have to get life plus 10 without the possibility of parole. Well, first of all, the max that he was facing was life plus 15, without the possibility of parole, with or without. Um, that was the max. I guess the max is without, because but it was a choice of with or without. Max plus 15 without the possibility of with or without the possibility of parole. I hope I'm saying that right. But he ended up getting life plus 10 without the possibility of parole, which is good. He needs to never see the light of day again. Hopefully light don't even crack through the window in his cell the way he kept those people in prison, causing people to perish and all the things, like evil on a whole nother level. But he did not have to get that. He was such an arrogant monster that he decided to turn down the plea deal. I have to do a little refresher, but I want to say the first plea, I want to say the first offer was like something like 6 years or something, like low, low. He turned down the plea deal and decided he'll go and face a jury trial where the possibility was life. That's for the great charge. And then the 10 years is for the revenge corn, but he had three instances of revenge corn. That's why it could have been 15. But they didn't give him the 15, they gave him 10. But it doesn't matter, because after he perished, he still owed the state of Georgia 10 years. he but whatever he gets, good for him. He imprisoned those people. Now he's in prison. He made them eat on a schedule. Now he has to eat on a schedule. He got to eat whatever he wanted, but they had to eat whatever he allowed them to eat. Now that's his situation. The guards can go and come, and the folks running the prison can go and come and eat whatever the hell their heart desires. Whereas he has to eat what he's offered, and that's it, and that's all, and the portions are controlled. All the things that he was doing to people, not all, but some of them are happening to him. They say he's in um like the area where he's like protected, so not gen pop, but probably that some of them say that you can make that request, but he wouldn't be the gorilla in Gen Pop like he was trying to act like he was so tough, and he just that guy, stomping in the yard, roop, roop, roop. I'm the big dog on campus. I've been there before. Yeah, yeah, I run ish. No, but the truth is, if he was in Gen Pop, just like he was taking people's, and getting the boys to, you know, have people playing their boy Ussy, he would have had his stuff played with on a regular, and he might even still be. I don't know how that works, how you come out when you're in that situation, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's happening. And all I'm saying is a lot of the stuff that he was um, forcing those folks that were just there to support him and follow him to do, the ways that he used them, can't say to be, y'all know what I'm trying to say, violated, I'll say, um them is are the ways that he's being violated and controlled. And good for him, good for him, and he should never see the light of day again. Awful, awful, awful human being. Go get people need to, I know is maybe it's just not something that comes to them. There's other means that they can use to deal with whatever they grew up dealing with. But to be a monster, no bueno. But I'm gonna tell you something. When he went when he went to Georgia, I was like, oh, this is it. I don't know why. I just was like, and I didn't even know like the laws of the state of Georgia was that strict when it comes to certain things. I'm not surprised because it's the South. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't, but when he went to Georgia, I was like, I don't know why. I just feel like this is it. I just feel like this is the end. But it was like a train wreck. I just couldn't turn away. But I wanted to see it through. I was like, this is it. I was thinking people were going to run easier because they're stateside, but that's kind of hard to do when you don't have any money, when you don't have resources, when even your showers are being controlled. Like, if you know you need a shower and your clothes are possibly dirty, like, do you really want to run? You know what I mean? Like, I would think, how would a person handle that? You are a little weak because you're underfed. You're a little bit tweaked out because they say he was putting stuff in the people's food. So they're mentally a little tweaked. You got them doing all kinds of stuff. They got to deal with that and face whomever they got to face because they know they've been filmed doing all kinds of embarrassing things or bad things and stuff like that. So they just accepted it as a way of life. But I still literally thought they were going to run or that their families were going to show up and rescue them. But some of them did. Excuse me. Some of them did have people show up and families show up and stuff, and it didn't work. It just didn't. So good for him to be where he's at. Hey, Bama, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. What's up, Bama Boo? Oh, Nature Boy and Carbon Nation. The docu-series on Hulu, The Cult of Nature Boy. I'm surprised that it's on Hulu because I didn't know Hulu was having like original content like that. I did not know. Last I knew, Hulu was a good place to catch, like, they would say like reruns, but the truth is they take forever and ever and ever to put the program up on Hulu. Because when I first got Hulu, I got it because we had canceled our cable, and I thought I'll just wait 3 weeks because it's supposed to be 3 weeks, and then the rerun is uploaded to Hulu. So who needs cable when you can just wait 3 weeks and watch it on Hulu? But the truth is, 3 weeks, good luck with that. The series will be completely over before the crap was on Hulu. So I mean, they had some okay programs or whatever, but you wasn't getting them in 21 days. That's just that. And as a matter of fact, I was supposed to be getting a bootleg version of the Michael Jackson movie too. I was gonna watch Hulu, watch this series, and then if the bootleg Michael Jackson movie ain't too bad, then I'm gonna sit here and watch that too. But I'm still waiting on it to be sent to me. Um, oh yes, Black Tea. Uh Mama Dia. Somebody, let me look. So I saw somebody put up a I want to say it's a tribute. Hold on, I gotta go away from it. Let me tell you which page it is. But it's her name is Mama Dia. Um and he basically, well, I mean, if that's the only one you want to consider, but Mama Dia um was on medication, and he encouraged her to stop taking her medication. Let me see. Where is it? Who put it up? It's oh, did she put a video? I thought I saw it. I'll tell you what. Oh, there it is. The tea. If you saw the lady in the docu series with the, what are those called? I'll call everything dreads, but those might not be, those aren't dreads. But her the it's two ladies that weren't cult members talking, the thinner one. Her page is the tea. Um go over there if you want to see like more. She got like a whole hour, like an hour and 20 minutes, she says. I didn't actually watch it yet, but it's about Mama Dia, which is she's a Magdalena, Mama Dia. And it's probably a whole lot of stuff out there too about it. But yeah, she passed. But she's not the only one because he had people's um you know the girls getting rid of babies, you know what I mean? And then the one that's, I thought that Zoka had left, but I don't know for sure because somebody posted a picture of Zoka with her dad and she was missing, he knocked a tooth out and her tooth was missing on the picture, and I was like, okay, she's back with her dad. But recently saw a video and it appears as though Zoka is there with Efru and that Malia is back. That's what it looks like. But I can't say for sure because when people leave, they will start putting up videos showing the person and acting like the person's still there. So I feel like time will tell. Cause Malia, the Queen Malia was gone for a while, but I haven't seen them. They're not focusing on that. When they talked about the Queen, they talked about Velvet. I'm sure they don't have approval or whatever to talk about them or whatever. And I'm sure they didn't agree to be interviewed or whatever. But yeah, Zoka is what I was getting ready to say is Zoka's lost her baby and she was, when I say about to come due, that's how pregnant she was, about to come due. And he decided that they should have a drunken night and he had her take several shots of Patron, several shots of Patron. And the next thing you know, she was having issues and complications, and they never fully clarified the whole story. But they ended up going to um the hospital, and of course they weren't here, so the medical care is not going to be the same when you're not in America. But ultimately the baby didn't make it, and you know the baby was it they story didn't change so much. So stillborn or something, but the baby didn't make it. I think I said trigger warning at the beginning, because anything regarding Nature Boy carbonation is all a trigger warning. But and I think that's what Zoka cracked up behind. I don't know why she's still there after all of that, but what's his name, Solar, that's in there, um Solar, um the father of the baby, has a baby with Velvet, the queen, the pregnant one in the documentary. They have a baby together. And as soon as I saw Solar with Velvet, it immediately, to me, it immediately screamed revenge. Is Nature Boy incarcerated? Velvet was in Ohio with Nature Boy's child, and then Solar moved in and put a baby in her ultimately. So it's a whole lot. It's kind of crazy. She said, yep, it's on Hulu. She said, let me go back. I'm going back a little. She said, Nature Boy documentary. She said, oh, I haven't seen it. Oh yeah, yeah, y'all already had covered that. She said nothing much. To put some, okay, period. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. Some grilled meat sounds good to me. Yes, indeed. Um, okay, okay. Bootleg, okay. I saw somebody did a review of The Devil Wears Prada too. She said her title said it's exactly what she expected. So I like the fact that the title makes you click, because I don't know what she would think. But I want to see that too. I didn't even ask for The Devil Wears Prada too. I'm gonna have to ask for that now. But I'll say I need Michael Jackson bootleg. Like, Like I asked my son, I'm like, "Hey, you want to see the Michael Jackson movie?" He was like, "Bootleg? No, I want to see a clear copy of it." I was like, "If it's," he said, "This is what he said. This is hilarious." He said, "This isn't the '90s where you guys had to watch like not clear bootleg movies." I said, "First of all, some of those movies were clear as heck. Okay, they were super clear. Please don't play with it." Okay, because I know this one guy by the bus stop, his movies looked like, it didn't look like he sat in a movie and recorded the screen. I don't know where he got his movies from. The words didn't come across the screen. It was crystal clear and it was only $5. So if a movie came out and you wanted it, go over there. He had to be making hella money too, because I'm trying to tell you, he had the good stuff. He was across. He used to stand. His location was probably perfect too, because he used to stand right by the bus stop outside of the check cashing place. With so he was making money. But anyway, I told him, I said, "Don't play with us. Some of our bootlegs movies were clear." He's like, "Uh huh." I don't care. I'll watch it my bootleg movie, even if it's a little unclear, even if it's people talking and laughing in the background, even if it's words going across the screen every now and then warning you. I'm watching my bootleg, and I'm gonna need the bootleg The Devil Wears Prada as well, too. He had jokes. I like, don't do us like that. 20 years from now, your kids gonna be not 20, he don't have no kids, but 20, 30, however long um years from now, your kids gonna be talking about y'all technology. But anyway, let me see. She said, "That's when I knew he." Oh yeah, yeah. That too. That goes even further back. I knew they was gonna be on his head. I was like, "Oh yeah, nah, done. You doing too much." But but then they got her out of there and life carried on. So I was like, "Okay, that didn't that went a little bit differently." Okay, I guess he okay. They just wanted to rescue her. I thought I did. I actually thought he was about to get caught up then. And then more and more people were running, and they were running stateside, and they were doing their lives, and some of them were claiming that they were doing stuff. And initially you want to believe them, because I would say, if I found myself in a situation like that, you got tricked and you had to escape. When you escape, you don't go for their butt. You don't try to link up with the other former the other escapees, and y'all as a group try to take them down. So I was thinking, yes, absolutely, they're gonna go for him, try to get him. But it doesn't seem like that's what happened. Like, they just were talking. And that's really, really weird to me. And some of them still talk that same kind of narrative as if they're still a part of it. Look at what's her name? Trey. What is it? Trey something. Shit, I ain't looked at this in a minute. But y'all know who I'm talking about. She over there, back to talking about all that three stuff. Three something, 369, ain't it? Those are her numbers. Hold on, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna have to go to my other page so I can look at this. You would have thought that she would have had a different mindset, considering the fact that um she has a family, she had familial support. Her cousin left and isn't looking back, but not her. She is all in, and she went from denouncing them and acting like she was going to be a part of the trial and all of that, to being right back on, like as if she's in support of him. Let me go over here to this carbonation is falling. She said, "Oh, she announced it. Oh, I haven't been on IG. No wonder that's how everybody knew. Carbonation has fallen, said Malia has returned to the cult physically. She is with Efru and Zoka in the mount. Oh, so Zoka, it, oh, that's why she started putting her face out here, because she's in the documentary. Oh, I see. I haven't looked at her page. Okay, I got it. I see now. Okay, so because she was the one, she said, looks like Zoka reunited with her father March 9th. That's this picture. And Zoka looks super rough in that picture. So, and she got glassed over eyes. But it looks like she went back, and the three girls are back. What are these comments saying? They said what's going on with Aya. They know what's going on with her. Where is she? So there it is. So we see her identity. Nobody should be judging her what based off of appearance. Oh, you know something? You know who they should have it's a I'm trying to figure out how come they didn't have people like, you would wonder if Mama Wizzy and people like that would have spoken up. I wonder. Hold on. I'm trying to find something, but it's not coming up. Why? By the way, I found this what's her name? Feisty, when Marcus shouted out their pages. Listen, first of all, my thing is I'm typing this in. I need to go get me a cup of coffee. Coffee, coffee. Okay. That's this guy. Hold on one second. Oh wow, look at them. In the what? That ew. Okay, wait. Let me not get distracted. I'm gonna come back to that. But there's other people that I thought would have been featured, or I mean, that I thought would have cooperated or whatever. I'm not saying that they didn't cooperate, but I just find it. I just know there's a lot more of the story that could be told or elaborated on, and so I'm sure. I'm guessing, I should say, that there's going to be more coming. On when the docu series is being recorded, probably because she had two kids, and my speculation is when they're showing her pregnant, she's pregnant with Solar's baby. That's Velvet, and Solar is that the light skinned dude with the tats on his face that was in San Diego. Like, cause the other light skinned dude they showed is Aaron, and he's in Georgia, and then Solar, and he looks so feminine. He looks so feminine. He looked like he want to break out and be like, YMCA. We gonna go into the YMCA. Young man. Da 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 da. I said, young man. YMCA. Oh, Courtney's sassy looking self. He looks sassy than a mug. But it's his baby. As a matter of fact, not just the light skinned one that's pregnant with his baby. Uh the lady, the one that they showed towards the end more, Natiri, um the one that ultimately helped get him taken down, she had his baby. She's smaller than what she's shown there. She's smaller than that now. So she's probably, that was recently after she had his baby, because their babies are stacked. They're stacked. Oh, okay. Oh wow, they got a few other content creators in there. Okay. Yeah, there he put a baby in both of them. When the colt failed or had fallen, Nateri and Solar ended up in Mexico together, but it was a lot of physical stuff happening. Although the baby happened after that, because Nateri ran because she said he kept fighting her, and then ultimately she still got back with him and then let him put one in her, which is what she had been wanting all that time. She had been wanting all of that time. And so she got what she wanted. The baby is a she is an adorable little girl. That baby is so pretty. And then Velvet. So he had no kids, and then snap his fingers and he got him a boy and a girl. Oh my goodness. Just yeah, just weak-minded people. Because like I said, I feel like I said, if you are afraid or whatever it is that is making you not do anything when you're there, I don't understand when you leave why you wouldn't fight. I would do everything in my power to take you down. I would do everything in my power to expose you. But I'm also going to say, though, I don't think I could stay in a situation like that. He brought nothing to the table but his big stinking mouth. He looked like he don't even shower daily. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but he literally looks like his booty and his hair stank. That's what he looked like to me. And as far as the females runner, he's is that what you call attractive? I don't see it. But some people like power. But he's abused. He's oh, I can't say the word. He's doing that. He's a using people. And he had no money. The money came from the folks that came there. And he made them turn all their stuff over to him and he controlled it. How are you, as a grown A man, gonna let another grown A man manage your money and starve you? Nah, slap the taste. I can't say it. You know what? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You just gonna stay and you gonna stay and let this man. He gonna yell at you. He gonna disrespect you. He gonna take your woman and have his way with her whenever he wants to. He gonna eat steak and you gonna eat rice and peas. You know what I mean? He gonna tell you to go live over there, and you don't even get no women around you. And this is your legal wife, and he's doing all of this while using your money and steady talking to you about my. This my house, this my food, this my everything. And they let him. What they say in life? You soft. SOFT soft. He said no, he said SOFT soft. Soft as hell. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you let nobody do you like that. She said he had a good concept going. He was just crazy because there's nothing wrong with living off the grid and living off the land. Right. Right. I was telling my friend, I said, when I first heard about what they were doing, I thought it was a great idea. I really did. I was like that sounds really good, you know? And then that was what drew me to watch them, because it seemed like they're doing something good. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to watch them do this thing. And if they had done right, it would have been really amazing. But instead they had a tyrant who was running a cult, and it quickly was looking like I was starting to question. I'm like what is going on? Like, is this a quote, a cult? I meant to say, I'm not gonna say I watched it from day one. I'm literally, as I'm watching this, I'm like, I'm trying to pinpoint I was pinpointing the moment so that I can identify how much of it I watched in real time versus how much I missed. And I didn't, compared to the life of it, it seems like I saw most of it. I mean, of course, I can't say I saw most of the footage because I don't have time to just sit and watch YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, the different places he was streaming. But I did watch people that was keeping up with it or listen to them. You know what I mean? But I would see what I could see because I was continuously interested, or I would see one of the folks that was keeping up with it post about it, and then the T would do these great like summaries or whatever, or highlighting the significant moments that were happening. And it was just really crazy. And then of course trying to keep up with the people as they left, and a couple of them, if you ask me, trying to start their own cults, if you ask me, pretended like they wasn't down with it, pretending like they saw all of this and that, talking all big and bold about how they handled him and how they talked to him and how they didn't put up with this and how they cool with him, aka Zulu. Boy, bye. He dominated you just like he did everybody else. Quit playing. You was not playing tough, you know what, up in there. Everybody said you could not even handle him or he would get you jumped. But Zulu want to walk away and talk all this tough stuff like he wasn't in there kowtowing to him, and like he didn't walk away and, in my opinion, attempt to start his own cult. That's my opinion. That's what he was doing. I don't know why it didn't quite work, but that's what I believe. He was like, oh, okay, Cult 101. I can do my own thing. How'd that work out for you? She said, was it only one person that went to jail? Yes. Regarding the situation with the cult, my understanding is he's the only one. I didn't see anybody else get arrested related to it. As a matter of fact, I just thought about somebody else that ain't even shown in there that I haven't seen yet. Significant players in this thing not being shown. It's crazy. It is. So somebody got to do it. I don't know what platform or funding they will use to do it in a more thorough way. But somebody needs to. Somebody needs to, because there's a whole lot of the story that didn't make the cut. A whole lot. Mama Nine. I can't for some reason I can't find her page. I follow her. Oh, there she is. I don't know when she put that in front of it. Oh, there she is. 963. I knew I was saying the numbers out of order. 963. It's Mama Nine, no. Trey Nine. And she's another one because her story was she's a um lesbian, but he hooked her up with Musa and had her operating as a heterosexual female. Even though before she came, he told her he accepted her the way she was. And then when she left, she went right back to being a lesbian. So she let herself go through that, and she was telling stories. I got hella screen recordings of her when she was talking. She done switched now. I know for a fact I still got her screen recordings. I might have to start posting. I might have to go and get those videos. I might have to do a slight little editing because I'm gonna have to listen to them and listen to whatever, to make sure the language is good. I might end up having to do that. I don't know. I wasn't really gonna do Nature Boy over here, but if I don't see anybody else posting them, I'm gonna end up doing that. But I got hella screen recordings of her when she first when she initially left. She did a song. I got the song. I don't know if she still has that posted. Ooh, look. And guess who is posting on their story right now? Jax. And but she done went back to doing the whole hand thing that they were doing. She's doing the whole three thing. You know what I mean? She's doing all the things. She was someone who came from being, she had served her time in the Navy, got out of the Navy. She said that she gets medical, or what they call it, a disability. She get a disability. She was getting a check from her time being in the Navy. And she went over there to the coat. He checked in the whole damn check. Not just her, the guy Aaron as well. True. He was in control of Mama Nine and True's check. True was in the army, plus other money from whomever. Because they said when he came, he took everything, but you could see him know in real time when they, at some point, relatively early on, when they come in the door, the first thing you do is check their suitcase. I was telling my friend, I said, ain't no way. How the hell you show? I told my friend, I said, because she ain't follow none of this. I told her, I said, if I show up somewhere and the first thing you do is check my suitcase, and then you take all my stuff out of my suitcase, and I'm watching people walk around in my clothes, in my scarves, with my hair stuff in, you got all my important documents and everything, I'm instantly angry. I might not listen. You got to be real. If it's 10 of them and you know you're going to get jumped, you got to move smarter, like Velvet said she did. You got to get strategic with it. But ain't no way I'm about to stay, because this is mine. And if I want to share, I will. And if you tell me that coming in, I might be prepared for that. But don't get me there and then surprise me. But the people that was coming after a while, they were watching. So you know that they're going to do that. So you're okay with it. But that's ridiculous. And that's kind of weak. And like, what are you doing? Because he needs you more than you need him. And, back to the money thing, he's controlling these people's money. They're eating better and better off of these folks' funding. And he got you banished to the other house or banished to the basement, or when they go to a restaurant, you don't get to go sit down and eat. And he eating seafood and you eating rice and peas. What the hell? You don't lost your mind. Ain't no way. But that's how that went. Um I could not find her page, and I don't know when she put that in front of her official, in front of her thing. But anyway, she changed the name. That's why I was searching it. I couldn't find it, but I found her, Mama Nine, and she looking rough, rough, rough. And at least she got. I want to say she got out of there, but she's still in her mindset. She act like she support him, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's not putting money on his books. But something what happened. I wonder what happened to Wizzy, because I was following her too. I don't see her stuff anymore. Her page was getting real, um, like less activity, and I wonder if she got rid of it or whatever. I don't actually know. But let me look down in my comments. She said, she said, I definitely would fight and expose. I know these people saw what happened to the people who followed Jim Jones excuses, right? But you know what though? Because they're so young, because he had a lot of young people. He's in his 40s, but they're like eh, early 20s, 20 something, you know, um, maybe 30s from time to time, or Mama Dia a little older. But a lot of the folks that came and went were very young. So the Jim Jones thing would be before their time. And somebody like, for example, like True said that or Aaron, he said that he basically learned about that after he left. Like when he was doing his lives, he was digging into that. He was watching the cult series on Netflix and stuff like that. He was kind of learning that that's really what he had been through. Some of them that have left, they said they weren't familiar with that, but they did start speaking that way because once it became they became aware of it and they watched it, they were like, oh, they can see it. So he kind of took advantage, and that's the other thing too with it being young people, because older people may have been less prone to deal with it. But I'm not trying to be funny, but even at a younger age, I can't see myself have done it. That was another thing about my son. It was funny because my son and I were talking about something the other day. It wasn't even racially related, but we were talking about something that happened. And my son said, "You know what?" He said, "You couldn't have been a slave." He said you wouldn't have made it as a slave. I said, and you're absolutely correct. And when I learned about slavery as a child, I immediately knew I wouldn't have made it. So you're absolutely correct. So I don't know how people make it in an environment like that, a cult environment. I'm saying I don't understand because I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have. Ain't no way. And you over here living off my money, and I can't even go to the levels to tell y'all what I got in me for real. If I found myself in a situation like that, I am not gonna put myself out there like that. Okay. I don't want you looking at me in any kind of way, but I'm just gonna, you can pick up what I'm just simply saying there is no way. I'm not that kind of girl. And a lot of times you will find that people, they talk heavy, but they don't really have that fight in them for real. They don't. And so, they just let it happen, let him run them. And those are the people that he was able to keep there, and including the um hold on one second. Let me see something. What was I gonna say? Including the ones that are still down for him now, you know? No, it's not. So let me move on. Oh, TMC, hey, welcome, welcome. Um, how you doing? Good morning or good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Black T, she said that's true. They were very young. Yeah, and they were disconnected from their support system. You know what I mean? So like he he made them disconnect, and he knew what he was doing. It was a means of control. So, even though you had some of their families or whatever showing up, when you're getting a whole lot of programming that goes against whatever it is that makes you pull away from those folks, or you're believing that this person is the Messiah or something. Ooh, I'm in the presence of the Messiah, because that's what Mama Nine was saying. She really believed. She was like, wow, I'm doing something great. I'm literally in the presence of the Messiah. And so she was down for whatever he said for that reason alone. He manipulated them, and deceived them, and all the things. And he is exactly where he deserves to be. And once they put dirt on him, he still owe him 10 years, and it couldn't have ended any other way. The other thing that I definitely believe, I believe you can speak things into existence. Absolutely, there's power in words. We know that from the Bible, right? And guess what? He was often speaking his own fate. He was speaking his own fate. That's the other reason I just believed. I knew. I'm like, you going down, bruh. Every time he said it, I'm like, boy, oh boy. You, first of all, you a false prophet. You over here pretending to be God, and you're also speaking words into existence, and it's gonna happen. So keep on claiming it, and look what happened. That's what he gets. He deserves it. So I'm gonna pivot. Wow, I was just gonna talk a little bit about that because I ain't even watched the whole thing yet. But let me tell y'all. Let me pivot a little bit. I want to talk about my comment section. Okay, I did a live talking about let's discuss Gabby. Now in the Gabby one, I haven't watched all of the Gabby content. I haven't. Um, so I talked about what I have seen. Okay. Someone, two different people, two different comments that I want to talk about. Okay. One, this person says, I said that it wasn't right how Marcus handled Gabby. I'm switching over to ASI talk. Um, because I felt like he was kind of cold and harsh in dealing with her. I felt like it was kind of abrupt. And my opinion is what was really driving his behavior was the fact that she isn't willing to do the spicy scenes, aka corn. That was my opinion. Of course, she had disappeared for a few days, but it's not like he paid for a room that no one utilized and she wasted his money. That would piss anybody off. But Shiesty, Feisty was already in there before he put Gabby in there. And then Gabby was added to the room, but Shiesty was mostly by herself. So let me see what this person is over here saying. This person is crazy because they're wrong and I don't know who they are. Some of these screen names I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got time for it or whatever. So, okay, so you one of the ones that was listening cuz as soon as I start talking about the comments, then you want to put another comment. Keep on listening. I appreciate the view. Make sure you double tap the screen for a like. Do that too. Have I seen you over there at the one that ends in Queen? I don't know. I almost think so. I don't really be looking like that. The one that got her own set of problems with the dude. Well, she said he all wrong. She said that the panties that he put out belonged to his daughter, and that he confirmed that. But he came right after, literally that same day, right after, and said that in fact the panties were hers and they weren't his daughter's, and he don't know where she got that from. And I've seen him over here. So if I'm wrong, hopefully, if he sees this, I would say he'll say it. But I know I'm right because I heard what she said and I heard what he said. She said that he said the panties weren't hers. I didn't see the whole thing happen when they had that back and forth. But I do know that the last week, I think that was, when she said what she said, he turned right around and said those were hers. I don't know. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I don't care. But I feel like that's where you coming from. Don't come at me. I said what I said, and I'm the one that's right, and you're the one that's wrong. Two of y'all. One, when did Gabby get ID? No, I'm not Gabby. I meant to say Feisty. So before I go back to the comment I was just talking about, let me finish the first thing I started. Number one, when did Feisty get her ID? Because what y'all not getting ready to do is play with me. Tell me when. Last I checked, I haven't heard them say that she went and got her ID. There was someone that said they can help her. There were people that provided solutions and options for her to get her ID. And whenever I do speak, because I'm not there with these people 24/7 and there's videos being recorded, I'm not anywhere near these people. So it's as much as it's possible that she got her ID. If she actually got the ID a week and a half ago, she would have said it. Not just her saying it, the content creators that have more time to watch what she's doing, I mean, not watch what she's doing, to watch the videos, would be aware that she has her ID because it would be widely known. Like if a video came out and I was at work and I didn't see it, or the ones who only deal with the street sector and they're catching everything, they would all know. And when you first dropped that comment, I went and looked in on a few of them on their Gabby commentary. And I've heard two things. One, if she has it, does she have it? Or it's not right that she don't have it, and he put Gabby out for not having her ID or saying she not doing anything when Shicey Feisty is in the same situation. Those are the two things I heard after I did my live, after you dropped that comment. So tell me when and where it was exposed or revealed that Shicey Feisty actually got her ID. Because from what I'm seeing, she was sitting up in the motel room recruiting on behalf of the interviewer, not trying to get herself together, licking and other things on any and everything that allowed her for a couple of bucks, being up under um the tragedy until she ran off and followed him to the bando and forget that ID and forget those kids. That's what it's given. If you going if you I'm far from perfect. I can speak. But if you going to correct me, be right. And if I find out later that she had that ID, so be it. But that is not being discussed. So when was it revealed? If it was so out there that she had her ID, how come nobody else seems to know? Like I said, I went and looked at the other CCs after that comment, and I don't see nobody absolutely saying, "Ooh, she got her ID." Go somewhere with that. I ain't got time for it. I said what I said. And it doesn't matter whether or not she was pursuing it or whatever. The overarching point of what I was actually saying is that Marcus was not right in the way he dealt with Gabby. That's my overarching point. Gabby said she tried. She was in an office. She was frustrated. She was turned around. She was dealing with some things. It seemed as though she tried. Shicey can get a ride. Shicey can get additional assistance. There's talk conversation about driving her to Alabama. That conversation happened. But Gabby didn't even get a ride to downtown. She got to make her way all the way downtown back to the east side. And she getting criticized for spending nights outside of the room. He said, where was she at? She said she was walking all night. Now I made a slight little joke about walking and the streets. But the reality is she could have been walking the streets from wherever she was at trying to get help all the way back to the east side. That could be the truth. But either way it goes, he handled her extremely harshly. There was no sensitivity, there was no care, and there was no grace in the way that he dealt with her. Not cool. And you just tell somebody they're going to have a place to stay. They walk all the way back, they get to the room, they tired. She looked tired. She was in a bad mood because things aren't going her way from what she was saying. And he came in there and pressed her. And he spoke to her harshly as well. She's younger, he's older. It might even felt like a dad pressing her. He couldn't even give her a moment to like relax, relate, release. sleep, catch a shower, all the things, get some food in her system, and talk to her the next morning, even if he was going to put her out the next morning? No. And he ended his live. And I did see the follow on where he came back and said, I ended the live, but I didn't immediately put you out. I left you. I didn't tell you to leave right then and there. It doesn't matter. You told her she had to leave. So now she got the stress of knowing she has to leave on her. He wasn't right. And there's other things that Shiesty needs to do. Get herself together for the sake of her children and a whole list of things. But is she doing what she needs to do? No, she didn't introduce a new person. Tragic tragedy. And she's focused on that. When I thought the whole point was for them to meet certain goals, basically, ultimately, to get themselves together would be the final outcome. So that was my point. Show me where it is proven or was stated that Shicey got an ID a week and a half ago. Gone somewhere. And now on to this other person, this nincompoop. This person said, Polo does have ID. What the hell did I say? Go back and listen to my replay. I said I don't know if Polo has ID. Did I? I did. Try listening. Because how could I know? Polo isn't the same as them, but he does have problems. I said, I don't know if Polo has ID, but I also speculate that he doesn't have ID because his mom told a story of them going to be taking a trip and he didn't end up having ID. Now, what year was that? Date, month, what of that? Specifically, don't know. And I'm pretty sure that I pointed all of that out. It don't take that long to get an ID. But does he have one? I don't know. And even if he got one after that, guess what else can happen? You can lose it because the homeless people, even when they get documents or they have documents, what do they say? They all got the same story. Their stuff got lost or it got stolen. The only way we would know if Polo has ID if Polo says it or if he shows it. And just because he say it don't necessarily make it true, because he be on that, he be gassing the hell out of Marcus. This is a man who gets pissy drunk. This is a man who falls on his face and allegedly that's how he gets scratched up and swollen face and swollen nose from his level of intoxication. This is a man that Marcus walked up on in the downtown center square, passed out in the middle of the damn sidewalk with his wanker on the ground. And you honestly think that people ain't gonna go in his pockets? But he got ID. Did he not just go to the hospital? Took a ride to the hospital. Because why? Because he was so high that he was doing out of his mind things. And they took him on a ride to the hospital. You mean to tell me that he couldn't get people to take his stuff? Did he not be prior to that talk about getting robbed? He had a few $100, few hundred. That's what he said. They got stolen. But you want to argue with me that he has his ID? Prove it or it didn't happen. Chances are likely he doesn't have it. Hopefully he does. So, like I said, we don't know if he has his ID. I never said specifically or directly that Marcus got Polo a room. So I don't know what you're talking about in your comment. I didn't say that. What I actually said is he doesn't need ID to get a room because just like Marcus used his ID to put Shiesty Feisty in a room, but Marcus isn't staying in the correct you. It's a motel. It's not a hotel. Get your shit together. You trying to correct me and you wrong all off and through the damn comment. just like he used his ID to rent those rooms. And there's no way Shicey used the ID to rent the room. Because remember, her goal when she got in the room was to get ID. Remember, part of her issue supposedly with Polo was that he was mad that she was talking to Marcus because she was going to coordinate with him to get transportation to get to ID. Did that get forgotten? So Marcus rented the motel room, which would use his ID. And Shiesty, hold on, let me run this back. Shiesty is the one staying in it. And what's her name? Lola, and now Quita, and Tone, and Ileana. And I'm not gonna repeat everything I said about everybody else and their IDs, the ones that were mentioned. And Gabby initially was in there with no ID. And let's go on to let's talk about Gabby and her ID for a moment. If it is true that the motel said that Gabby can't stay there without ID, how the hell is she in Polo's room? How is she in Polo's room? If the motel says she can't stay there without ID, how in the hell did Shicey Feisty get to stay in the room at all when she came in there with us very well knowing that she does not have ID? Now, back to Polo. What I said is, he said he got the money from his mother, and he has people that would rent him a room. Like his mama could have rented the room. Like he could have one of his people locally, like um Samatha. Samatha, you never know, she might have ID. And then I said his other mama, I said whatever her name is. And if you listen to it, you might think I was talking about his mom, but I wasn't. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. I was referring to the one that he calls mama, that runs the house where he lives at. That's what I was saying. That's when I was who I was talking about the second time I said mama, just for clarification overall. That person, Polo has connections to other people that could rent him a room. For all we know, he could have called Marcus and said, "Hey, rent me a room and I got the money." Because just because it's not being shown on camera doesn't mean it didn't happen. So it's not proven that Polo has ID like you stated here. This is a different comment, by the way. The other comment said that Shicey Feisty has had ID for a week and a half from the time that they wrote the comment. Then the next comment came over and said that Polo has ID. Polo does have ID. That's what the person said. Then the next thing they went on to say that he's not there on behalf of Marcus. Who said he was? Not me. Oh, okay. Because I'm trying to figure out why you telling me that when I didn't say that. Other people are speculating that. Would it surprise me that they running a play? No. Do I know if they are? No. Did I say that he was there on behalf of Marcus? No. Do I think Marcus, did I say that I thought Marcus was going to get him on camera and try to get content because he's there? Yes. Did it happen already since then? Absolutely. Where's the lie? I'm speculating. I'm not there. I'm nowhere near Georgia at all. I'm talking about what I see. So far, we 2 for 2 on your comment. I'm right, you wrong. When you correct me, be on the right stuff. Don't call yourself telling me what you want to tell me based off your opinion. You're giving opinions, not facts. The next thing, it says he came to that hotel because of Gabby slash Feisty. Somebody that follows the street sector, somebody that follows ASI, somebody that follows this group, tell me when and where Polo said that he came there because of them. Because last time I checked, Polo said he was done with Shiesty. Shiesty was the one who seemed pressed. Did I think that something could happen? Possibly, maybe. But Shiesty's the one who said she went looking for Polo when filming was over. Did I not say that as well? Because last time I checked, I did. When Marcus dropped her off, she said she went looking for Polo. Polo didn't say he went looking for her. Polo said, I'm about to get my keys. Polo said, I'm on my way to the mall. Polo said, I'm out here doing my thing. That's basically the summary of what he said. I'm done. Mama say, Polo's mama say he ain't never had a shortage of women. Listen, Polo gives BDE. Now they already said what they said, but prior to them saying they give BDE, and he's sitting back in it. Shicey was the one running, chasing the pony. In my opinion, Shicey was chasing the pony, not Polo. Even if it wasn't a BDE, he never had a shortage of women, but he probably is all the other attributes that are being pointed out. But BDE is loud, and so he ain't got to pull them in because they coming to him because they reading that BDE. Okay, so you tell me when he said that he went over there for either one of them. And then, as far as Gabby is concerned, it was quite obvious to me that Gabby wasn't done with Polo. Every time Marcus mentioned him and was trying to back brief her on the things that Polo been doing and asking her questions, regardless of how she responded, she was kind of protective or questioning or just taking it in. I knew she wasn't done. I knew she wasn't done. That's just my opinion. Diva the boss said I shared yours. She said moving around, but I'm here. Okay, Diva. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Diva Boo. Happy Sunday. Oh shit, the screen didn't even the screen just popped up. She said 100 said right. She said, hey kids, happy Sunday, Boo. I just saw that comment. Hey, Diva, happy Sunday, Boo. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I shared you out yesterday too. I hope you saw that. But yeah. Thank you. I definitely appreciate. But he be sitting he be sitting in that BDE. You feel me? And yeah, he's like so he didn't say he was chasing Feisty. Tell me where he said he was still chasing Feisty. He said he was done. Although he playing little games because he childish when Marcus did that crap, that messed up stuff, like taking him to the room with the YN in there, because he just messy. He just messy and he want anything that's gonna get those numbers. And Polo was going back and forth with her. It seemed like a game to him, but he really don't seem like he care that much. You know what I'm saying? He don't seem like it. He know he got options, and he also know Gabby back around. That's my opinion. Do I have to say that whenever I'm talking? That certain things are my opinion, but I definitely all the time do say that is my opinion. That is what I believe. That is what I speculate. So how dare you come into my comment section and try to tell me something that's your opinion and speak it like it's fact? Polo didn't say that. Are you a mind reader? Are you Polo? Do you know Polo? Did Polo tell you that personally? Okay. I thought so. Get gone. That part. Like it's funny because I always say side note, y'all, I do say that part and I probably say it way too much, but lately every time I say that part I hear it in my head echo like no more that part. What you call it, she on her baby gangster and she's that part, and every time I say it I'm like, oh hell no, I can't even say that part no more. I would not be walking around talking about that part like shiesty fights. But hey, it might take me a minute to break the habit because I say it a lot. But anyway, And then when it comes to um Gabby, Polo said he had ran into her. She said, um, hold on, before I finish my thought, let me see. She said Polo didn't want that for Feisty, in my opinion, and wondering if he got in Gabby ear. Right. You saying didn't want her to be with the YN. I don't necessarily think so either. Is that what you're saying, Diva? Is that what you're saying? And I was wondering too if he got in Gabby's ear. It looks like he did. Gabby listens to Polo. And when Polo had said, when he was in the truck and he was saying that I had, let me drink some water. Excuse me. He said, I just ran into Gabby. And I said it on, she said, I mean, oh yeah, yes. Yep, I agree. He told Marcus, he said, I just ran into Gabby. And I said on this live that I'm referring to, because I said several things where this person called himself trying to challenge me. If you're gonna challenge me and I was wrong, I would stand 10 toes on it. But not when you as wrong can be, trying to pretend like it's facts. Cause I literally said that Polo was schooling Gabby to the game, in my opinion, to give Marcus skits, false information, tell him something that sound good just for the sake of getting him to hear you and pay you for an interview without keeping it all the way real, because Polo be trying to protect his business. And I feel like him and Gabby was already doing that to some extent, and that he's schooling Gabby to keep it going. And I feel like he was trying to do that with Shiesty Feisty, but Shiesty is too green and she was too impressionable to chase whatever she think was going to be the best rescue mission for her. So she wasn't loyal to Polo, and she was diming him out the real to Marcus, when Polo was just trying to get her to play this game and win. But Gabby is more down with following and listening to Polo. And why wouldn't she be? She had that real connection with Polo, not Marcus. And then on top of it, this time around, he trying to force her to film her out of her clothes, and she isn't interested. Why would she listen? He is showing her that she can't trust him. Because if she let her guard down with him, he gonna get her open and put it on film, and it's gonna be out there forever, ever. At least she's smart in the fact that she wasn't willing to do that, and strong, and also have Polo encouraging her. I think that the moment that she got out and had the opportunity, I knew she was going to run to Polo. I called it. The way she was looking in that Jeep when Marcus pulled her up, picked her up, I said, oh, she on her way to Polo. Yeah. That's I said she going to Polo. And I don't even think that Polo stole her. I don't know. Polo may or may not have stole her money. She might have gave him money. They might have blew the money together. But I just think they be running plays on Marcus. So they gonna keep a storyline going. That sounds juicy. That's something he would want to hear. So I was never fully convinced necessarily that he stole her money. And also, I don't think that Polo liked that cleaned up look too. So for the makeover, even if she loved it, she gonna go for ghetto girl, because Polo seemed to be leaning in that direction. The same thing with Shiesty Feisty, more of a street look. Oh yeah, um right, because Feisty out there smutting herself out. And I just think like that is that I was thinking too, because I'm like, is that the other reason that Polo is also so done? She out here. You heard what he said though. He almost confirmed it when he was when they was going back and forth outside of the room, talking about her basically her licking and sticking everything. He said it. He like, nah, he done. Use oh, I said that use oh. He's like, nah, team too much. Back to Gabby. um, hmm Just from some of the, she said, just from some of the things she heard him say, she think that Polo didn't want feisty with that spicy stuff. Yeah, to stay in the room. Right, right, right. She said, yep, that's why Polo started getting mad at her because she was telling Marcus too much. You can tell. And he'll be like this. Marcus will be like, Polo, don't you say anything. And then Gabby, I mean not Gabby, I'm gonna just say Shiesty. Shiesty, feisty, get to just blah 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 blah, just to run in her mouth, blah 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 blah, just to yap in her jaws. And he's sitting there looking at her like she going off script, going off script. And she wasn't loyal. She wasn't listening. I don't understand. It's weird. She wasn't paying Polo no mind. She was too busy being impressed by Marcus. How is somebody now Marcus want to act like he wasn't acting like Polo is his boy, even though um Polo's mom said that uh Polo and Marcus was talking on the phone when Polo went back to Ohio. And Marcus was saying that him and Polo are cool. He was saying that. So I don't understand how you cool with this dude, but you over here talking to his girl outside of his presence, outside of his knowledge. You ain't talk to him. You talking to his girl one on one on a regular, and you all in the business. That's suspect. That's suspect. I wouldn't trust it. She said, Polo real mom was good looking out. Right, was good looking out for Feisty. Bought her clothes and all from across the states. Yes, yes. For Feisty and for Gabby with Polo leaving her there. You know what I'm saying? And looking out for Gabby while she was still left behind in Ohio, and then ultimately paying for her a ticket to get back to Georgia, for her sending money to Feisty to get this, stuff like that, clothes and stuff, sending money for them, looking out for them. Basically, she was saying the mama was the one that was gonna get them a room and had got them in that room the other time. Like, Polo's mom gives a genuinely good heart. She just concerned for her son. She trying to look out, but even though that's the case, she does not have to do anything for these females. He keep bringing these different randoms, you know what I mean? And she looking out for them too. So for that reason alone, Feisty should have shown a little bit of loyalty, in my opinion, but she didn't. And now she out there with the YN and the bando, and the YN is just as happy because he said they doing their own stuff, which to me, in my opinion, since you got to say that, since people like French want to come over here and misunderstand stuff because they just want to be problematic, and you ain't even misunderstand. It ain't, honestly, it's not even a misunderstanding. You missed at every level. And I'm gonna let your comments stay up there. And hopefully other people come on in and let you know what's what, because you're wrong and you wrong and you were very wrong. You trying to correct me and you wrong and I'm right. How weird is that? How weird is that? But just looking out for them. Um, I think that and even when Polo had the money in his pocket, apparently his mom had sent them the money. So like his mom just seemed like a good person with a good heart. She looking out for her son, you know what I mean? And trying to make sure that you know, he's taken care of, looking out for these females or whatever. She said she felt bad for her, because she had the same clothes on and stuff like that. And how does she thank him? How does she thank um the family, the mom, Polo, over there diming them out? Oh, I was getting ready to say over there with the YN in the bando and they shooting content. I mean, I'm gonna say they probably shooting some spicy scenes and posting their own, thinking that they can get paid off of that because the YN tragic tragedy was trying to get it looked immediately like he was trying to get Feisty to choose up, which wasn't going to be hard, and he just found him a money bag, that's all. I thought he was going to put her out there on a stroll, but he found a different way. um let me see. She said Polo always gave Gabby money and stuff from the sound is some of the older videos. Yeah, yeah, like they had a real relationship going on. And so as much as Marcus tries to crap on Polo's character, Polo don't seem like a bad dude. He just seemed like he's strung out, and he needs help with his addictions, but he seemed like a decent dude otherwise. I mean, don't get me wrong, he calling the females out their name and all that other kind of stuff not cool, and Gabby even said it, like, about his mouth. But the whole DV thing, Gabby said it was mutual. Shicey act like it's so bad and she's such a victim, and everybody always putting their hands on her, let her tell it. But I'm telling y'all, what I'm afraid of, because she keeps speaking it, she's speaking it into existence. And I'm afraid, but I hope it doesn't happen, that her sassy looking new boo, tragic, the tragedy. I think that he is a type that might actually put her hands on her. I don't know, what y'all tell me what y'all think, but it's something about his look that makes me, he looked like the type that would actually lay hands. He also look a little sassy though. He get, it's a little bit of sugar running off in the all of him through there. He is definitely looking a little sassy, but he looked like he might lay her hands on her. So all them stories that she done told about getting her hands laid on, this time I hope it doesn't happen. But this time, if it happens and she tell the story, she gonna show up with the physical proof. But I really hope that it does not happen. But I'm just saying that's what it looked like to me. Hey TRW, welcome in TRW boo. She said, minute, right, right, right. Yep, yep. Cause Marcus would give updates and say that he spoke to Polo. But look at how he moving now, and now he trying to downplay, you know, their friendship. It seems like a friendship, but he trying to downplay it and distance himself because he seemed like he the one that hasn't been loyal. Let me see. She said, sorry, I'm in and out, y'all, but I'm here. I'm moving around. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll be like that too. I'll be listening sometimes. I'm gonna tell you, I had to go back. I had to go, excuse me. I had to go back and look at the screen on one of the videos. That's when I was able to catch what's his name? Tragedy. That's why I started calling him a YN. When I went back and watched that video when Marcus initially interviewed him, that's how I was able to catch him he threw up the Blue People affiliation. He did all four letters, right? He looked directly into the camera screen. One, two, three, four. And he flashed the whole thing. I said, oh hell no. And then somebody rolled past and he threw up a pitchfork and he keep calling people folks. And I was like, oh hell no. You better watch out, Shiesty. You over here trying to play street games, and you was with a real gangster. Even though he giving a little, he giving the edge that he's giving. He for real. That's why he kept saying, I want her to meet my folks and all this other kind of stuff. I'm like, he can he done use that folk word. He folk this, folk that. I said, I see it. I see it. I see it. Let me go back into the next part of this comment so we can just debunk the bull crap that this person put. Oh, and by the way, this was 1 hour ago. Okay, that this comment that I was reading 1 hour ago. Okay, the last sentence of the comment says Marcus ain't dealing with him. Talking about Polo. Now this is somebody that slid into my comment section on my live. that I did about Gabby on Friday and saying that what I said, oh, oh, ooh, I did not know that. I didn't know that. Let me see what I said that that Marcus ain't dealing with him, i.e. Polo. They put that in my comment section from an hour ago. That was from a live that I did on Friday. Marcus ain't dealing with Polo. That's what they posted from my live on Friday. Because this person is saying that I'm wrong in what I said. I could be wrong. I'm far from perfect. But this time, everything you said is wrong and I'm right. So who's the idiot? But Diva said, folks is also another term they use for PIMPs. I did. I literally just learned that. Oh, that might explain why everybody was talking about. See, I started saying that he was going to PIMP her because he was acting like a certain kind of way. And it was starting to give that he was wanting her to choose up. But I was, when I went back and I watched, especially when I was trying to see if I missed them revealing that Feisty got her ID, I started hearing people say that. I just learned that. I didn't know. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Ooh, wee. She better be, see, she out here country doing freaking recording videos in Atlanta in puddles of water with no shoes on, like she from like she's in Alabama or wherever she, like she back home. But she out here with some city slickers and she better be careful. I really do hope that nothing happens to her. I do. I hope nothing bad happens to her. I hope nothing happens to her that she can't bounce back from. I hope and I pray that for her. But she running these streets, messing around with any and everybody, just as green as she want to be, trusting anybody, hopping from this to that to that. So far, seems like she's been in good hands. But ultimately, she keep on playing this game, and it ain't gonna work out for her. She said the ladies called they PIMP they folks, and the PIMPs called the other PIMPs folks also. 100. Ooh, wow, Diva. I'm trying to tell you, I never knew that. I never did. I just recently watched this interview with this PIMP, former PIMP. Then he did time and he had done. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that interview again because I wonder if he was using that term and I just didn't catch it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch it too. Man, okay, okay. So just learned that. She said I was eyeing when he wanted to introduce, yeah, Gabby to his folks. Oh man, that makes sense now. That makes sense, Diva. You want to introduce Gabby to his folks so that the other folks know not that she's with him. Although they will take each other's people, they, they B words, as the guy was saying in the interview. They will take them, but I guess he just wanted. Okay, she said they still use it. Oh man, I guess that's how that goes then. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I mean, I learned a thing. Mm-mm-mm. Well, it's interesting. See, but okay, and so even I'm gonna say that he's both then, if that's the case, because that would actually that's why I went and looked for the whole folk thing and the pitchfork, because I was like, he threw up the blue people, the four letters. But I was like, but he keeps saying folk, 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 folk. And I thought that was interesting. And he wasn't using the language. Like, you know how they changed the letter. He didn't do that. he didn't do that. So I was confused. But then I when the Google said the colors was blue and black. So I was like, well, he did have on all black that one day, and then he had on blue and black that other day. So I don't know. When I guess it's probably both then. Or yeah, I can't say he faking it with the letters because they don't play like that. So she said first they were to someone. Right, right, right. Is weird. Hey, Troy's World, welcome in the building. He said, "Hey, folks, hello, folks." Oh, I don't know if you heard the conversation we was just having about folks, but wow, I didn't know that was a term for PIMP. Peas. That is crazy, crazy. Oh my goodness. I you know what's funny though, Diva, like for um Feisty to be saying that that's what Gabby wanted, and Gabby saying she wasn't interested in that. So now he trying to get Gabby to do something else, and Gabby was talking about energy too. She got it. She got it right. She's good. She need to follow her gut and listen to Polo because clearly he been looking out for her. She probably knew she could go to his room. Like I said, I think that they had been in communication anyway. I do. I think they had been in communication. Um, and I just think I'm glad that she had that option to go to Polo's room instead of being outside because she having a hard time. And when you having a hard time, you're not always gonna be nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what she dealt with that day? Was she hungry? Was she tired? Was she dirty? Was she all the things? And then here come this ninja about the prep. I'm not saying that's what happened, but you never know. She could be looking like, here come this ninja about to be talking to me about some damn spicy content. I said I don't want to do no spicy content. I'm just hungry. I just want to shower. I just want to go to sleep. She could have been, coming down off something like people were saying, or wherever she was at with it. But he was out of pocket. And then she come back to the room and she like, oh, they're not here. Good. I can relax. Instead of having this man try to press her, I want to introduce her. He want to introduce her to someone. That's crazy. She like, ooh, I can chill. She probably walked in that room though, like, what the hell? She didn't rearrange the furniture in a motel. She weird. It's funny. It's something. Feisty is off, but why is everybody not really feeling her for real? Even when they try to talk like they okay or whatever, nobody is really feeling her. And then Marcus being messy put Gabby and Feisty in the room together when knowing who they are in terms of both at the time being Polo's exes, and just like anybody looking at the screen could see how she was responding that she not done with him. It shouldn't be surprising that the two of them didn't too much get along, especially with Feisty talking all that crap about Polo. Think about it, if you're not done with somebody and this person was with that person while you were away, and now you back and you got to sit here and listen to this person talk crap about somebody you care about. But you got to deal with it because you need a place to stay and you need a little support and you trying to eat. And she didn't want to be bothered with it. She said that was she she was irritated. That's why she threatened to expose people. Right. Right. I think that's the other reason that he backpedaled. I do. I think that's the reason. It's crazy. I'm talking about he as in Marcus. That's the other reason he backpedaled. Ain't no telling what she got on them. Ain't no telling what she gonna tell. So he tried to keep her content. Try to keep her from saying too much. try to get her to clean up his name a little bit and act like he wasn't pressing her to do like the spicy content. How many times did I ask you? And she was kind of like, the way she was answering, it was sounding like she really was just saying whatever, but that wasn't really the answer. Maybe she just didn't feel like fighting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She also, her eyes was kind of rolling back a little bit. Like either she was newly had taken something or she was sleepy. Plus he said that he walked in and it seemed like they was it was about to get cracking or something. So between all of that, she just wasn't trying to have that conversation. But he said that it was only once. I think she said like a couple of times, and he was like, I only remember one time. It doesn't matter. We heard you ask more than once. I heard him. I could go back and look at it, but he definitely asked her more than once. So that's first of all. And ain't no telling how many times he asked her off camera, or alluded to it, implied it or whatever. That's what I say. So it's crazy. Let me go back to this comment on the last part of the first comment where this person said, let's go into this. He said Marcus ain't dealing with Polo, right? He said him. So him is Polo. This is a comment that I'm breaking down. Marcus ain't dealing with Polo. This is a person that's trying to tell me that I'm wrong, right? About what I said on Friday. Did Marcus not drop a video showing that Polo got a room? Did Marcus not drop a video um where Polo was in the video and he walked to Feisty's room? Did Marcus not drop a video of um Polo and Gabby in Polo's room? The follow-up video. Also, um also where I looked at the screen. Let me see. Also where he talked about Polo and Gabby going to the room with the new lady, I think her name is Lola, and and Quita, and watched them as they were filming their scene. Did Marcus not give Polo a ride to the store, gas station, whatever it was? I think it was the gas station. Did he not give them a ride? Give him a ride? Polo got in the Jeep, right? Okay. These are all instances where Marcus interacted with Polo. But this person is telling me that I'm wrong because Marcus, and I'm going to read it exactly as it's written, Marcus ain't dealing with him. The him is Polo because the previous sentence references Polo. The whole thing is about Polo. This is what they said. If you missed it, I'm going to say it again. This is what the person wrote. Polo does have ID. He's not there on behalf of Marcus. He came to the hotel because of Gabby slash Feisty. Marcus ain't dealing with him. That's what this person wrote an hour ago. That's what they wrote an hour ago. So I'm wrong, right? So I told him to tell us more. What is this person saying? Uh-huh. Wow. Is this person a content creator? Oh, they said they know how to. Wow. Okay, so it's a content creator, I guess, under a troll page. But how else would you be able to comment on somebody's channel? And comments off? I never turn my comments off on a video. I've literally never had a video, a short, or anything. Can somebody explain something to me? How can you make money without views? You say they're saying they're implying they're obviously a content creator, but they also claim that they don't need views. Oh, comments off of others' content. That's funny. Well, first of all, get the hell on. Just because you claim to do content off of something that's not other people's content does not mean that reaction channels are going to go away. So let's start there. I don't give a damn what you do. First of all, you came to my page to say something to me. You came to say something to me. And you want to criticize the fact that I'm a reaction channel? And I'm supposed to do what? Switch up because you don't like it? Boy, bye. Bye. Absolutely bye bye. You can stay and watch. You can comment every single live. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. The proof is in the pudding. Because if you were what you say you are, you'd be under your actual name and not the troll name. Because I just clicked on your thing and there's no built up channel there. You was too much of a coward to show up as yourself. What a punk. You is soft. You weak. Oh my gosh, you so soft. You scary. How could you be that scary? You scared to show yourself? You scared to be who you are? You is so scary. It's ridiculous. I actually think I know who you might be. That's exactly why you don't have the correct information. I think I know who you might be. That's why you got all that information wrong. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But I don't care though. You could tell me what you did forever and ever and ever. Number one, talk is cheap. The proof is in the pudding. Unless you show up here under yourself and not under a troll page, I don't believe you. A lie don't care who tell it. And apparently you like telling them. That's number one. And you got a problem with reaction channels, then you got a long line to get in. You could stay in the line over here forever. You're welcome. But guess what? It ain't gonna stop me from being a reaction channel. That part. So moving right along. Okay. And what you said? You said perception and opinion belong to the one that owns them. My responses, my comments are based off what I saw. You say fact is often documented. In this text, that's the case. That's a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. What you wrote is not documented. Where do we have proof that Polo has ID? Where do we have proof that Polo is not there on behalf of Marcus. The only thing that we know is that Polo showed up to the same motel on a different side of town than where he normally had been, in a different living situation than he normally had been, and he is actually still being featured on the content. Okay? Polo came to the hotel because of Gabby and Feisty. How do you call that documented fact? He didn't actually say that. And Marcus ain't dealing with him. That's a proven lie. You're an idiot. You are an idiot. I started my live talking about carbonation, but I actually came live to talk about these two comments. The one comment got several sentences, and then the other comment that I mentioned. You're an idiot. I got all day. I mean, I actually got stuff I got to do, but I'll take some time for you. And you say, oh, and the answers are yes, yes, and no. First of all, there's more than three questions written there, basically. Let me see, how many is it? One, two. Exactly. There's four, like I thought. So you're the one that's slow, because there's four questions. You responded to three. And it doesn't matter which of your three answers go to which of the questions. You're wrong. The first one would obviously match with the first one. Okay. I said, so Marcus doesn't have videos either featuring or with Polo in it over the last 3 days. He doesn't. And you agree that he doesn't. So from right now, because you wrote the comment an hour ago, over the last, I want to see if I wrote three. Over the last 3 days, Marcus doesn't have several videos posted that either feature or include Polo in some way. And you agreed that he doesn't. That was a question, though, because you said that Marcus ain't dealing with Polo right now. But in fact, that's a lie. So I don't have to say anything else. People, let me see. Oh, that's funny. This motherfucker said, when reporting news and gossip, hold on, let me see. What that I'm sampling or experimenting with? I ain't sampled nothing. I've used absolutely none of his content. And I'm not the one experimenting. He's experimenting with people's actual lives. Threw a young girl out of a room because she won't do his spicy content, in my opinion. Corn. That could potentially ruin her future goals. What if she want to be a politician? What the hell? Why don't you find out about somebody before everybody ain't for that. Some people got plans for their future that would ruin. He just want everybody to make him a dime. But everything's an experiment. I'm not experimenting. I wasn't challenging you with my comment. Yes, the hell you did challenge me, you idiot. Do you not comprehend? You said all of those things that I read. You said something different than what I said, but you're the one that's wrong. I was engaging with the exchange of information. Ain't no exchange of information. Be accurate or don't say it. If it's your opinion, it's your opinion. That's different. You said it's facts. It's not facts. You ain't giving the people what they want. You ain't even got the heart to come out as your actual self. You a coward. And I said what I said. You a coward. But you welcome over here, coward, until you not. You a coward, and I don't really care. I ain't got time for you. You an idiot. Annoying is what you are. Give me how you gonna put bad information in my stuff and then turn around and say that it's facts. You ain't schooling me or nothing. You don't even have the balls to show up as yourself. Thomas, so what you trying to say? Somebody eating off of him? I cover several things, and if he wasn't the thing to talk about, I'd talk about something else. I'm a reaction channel. I'm gonna react to what I want to, and you can't make people stop reacting. And if you don't like it, so be it. Oh well, go somewhere else. I tell you, I believe I know who it is. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I got two. I got three options, but I don't really care though. I don't really care because one of the options, you got your own set of problems. The other option, well, you got your own set of problems and they totally different. And then the third option, you also got your own set of problems. The three ones and whoever, which one of y'all it is under that troll page, all three of y'all is dealing with some hella problems right now. Hella. Don't come over here. All three of y'all. One of y'all, you got a big problem loading. And the other two of y'all got active problems going on. So go on somewhere. I'm not the one. She said, have you ever introduced Polo to have he ever introduced Polo? I don't know. Not that I know of. I'm not sure if he did or didn't, but not that I know of. She said, I don't believe he has ever introduced them. Right. Ooh wee. Boy, the stuff she might be saying. I don't know. Oh, I think, I don't know if he would want that now. You know how he is. He swear Polo jealous of him. He might be a little bit afraid. Ooh, he said Polo is in recent videos. He was in one watching. Thank you, Diva. Thank you. Thank you. This person over here call themselves saying, don't say nothing to me. You the one that's wrong. I don't have to be right all the time. I'm far from perfect. And I can't catch everything. I got a whole life. A whole life. I can't catch everything. So if I miss something, I missed it. So what? And if I misspeak, I will go back and I will correct it. I don't try to pretend like I know everything. But guess what? At the same time, when I do know something, I know it. When I know something, I know it. But that's what that person want to say. Just like the other person want to come and say, that that whatchamacallit got ID. And I want to, okay, you may, I don't know if you know or not, Diva, but I got a question for you though, because it's somebody on that train that's called something girl. That name Audie girl, is she on the train? If you know, I was wondering if Audie girl is on the train. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. On my last channel, they commonly would do that. That was a regular type of comment, but whoever wrote that comment is giving you do not watch ASI. That's what it's giving. Cause everything they say is wrong, 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 wrong. Facts. They used to come, boy, they would come at me sideways heavy about that conductor. The one I named the conductor. I can say what I want to say. It's my opinion. I'm talking just like a bunch of other people, and I'm not gonna stop. You ain't gotta like it. Talking about, I can show you some things. How you gonna show somebody something, and you can't even come under your own name? Oh, okay. Wait. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right, because that's what is given. When I looked at her, I'm like, I think. Well, she said, I believe so. She said, but don't quote me. She says a bunch of them that used to try to police me as well, especially when I spoke on her Right, because at one point I had to start getting rid of them because they was just doing way too much. And lately I might write a note or whatever. Sometimes I'll just hear a little piece of it and then I might, go from there. But back then I would literally watch the whole thing and take notes. Like before I went live, I now have my notes in front of me, and then I would do my live. And so when I would say something and quote it, because if I wanted to quote it, especially if I wanted to quote it, I would literally write the exact quote. That's how I used to do it. And they would come over here and say, she didn't say that. I said, you an idiot. But that name, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I think that she is over there. And she gonna come over here and try to tell me that Shiesty got her idea a week and a half ago. I said, okay, you know what? I think I need to do some conductor skits because people that lost their mind. It's about time for me to I don't know if I'm gonna do it today though, because I got stuff I gotta do and I got to get off this technology. But I'm gonna have some next week. I'm gonna have to do some conductor skits. That's what we gonna have to do. Absolutely, got some conductor skits going so I can make y'all laugh again. Since people that I think are connected to the conductor is in my comment section running amok as usual. A lie don't care who tell it. The conductor don't, and some of the people that be on her behalf don't either. And guess what? You still ain't gonna change nothing. If I was soft, which I'm not, and I was like, oh, let me go away and not be a reaction channel because this person is bothered by that. Do you know how many other reaction channels there are that aren't gonna go away? Do you know how many reaction channels that are gonna pop up? It's gonna continue to happen. But I guess they figure they'll just try to bully one person at a time. Well, I ain't the one. I'm not like these other folks running around here 40, 30, 50, 60 years old on social media bullying people because they got bullied all their lives. That is ridiculous. Grow up. But don't nobody tell me what to do. The hell? Did y'all not hear the beginning of this live? Did you not hear the beginning of this live? And it might be a little, I don't think it's too much, but I'm going to tell y'all something. My favorite meme is the Aries meme. It says, I was going to do that until you told me to. That's my favorite. So go somewhere. Shit, the hell? Um, she said, me too. She said, just so I was sure I didn't get it twisted. Right, because people want to be in the comments and there's some bull crap. I'm oh Mark, he ain't even dealing with him. What do you mean he ain't dealing with him? He never stopped dealing with him. Even when he left town, he dealt with him. Shut the hell up. Polo is content. It equals views, it equals money. But you wouldn't understand that because let you tell it, you getting stupid paid. Okay, I added. Y'all already know I added on the they ain't say stupid. But let you tell it you getting paid and views don't matter. You sound like a hater to me. You must have seen those shorts that I did that did numbers for me. For me, I'm happy with them. Hell, been doing numbers. Now you want to come over here talking about views don't matter? A lie don't care who tell it. You literally get paid off the damn views. But you don't need no views. But we can't measure your views because you came over here under a troll page. Show us who you are so we can see what you working with, Miss Professional, Mr. Professional, whoever you are. Show us. Let us know your page. I will share you out so everybody can go and check out your level of professionalism. And views don't matter. Sounds to me like you don't get them. Because if your views was coming through, they would matter to you. It's money. And to say the other stuff you said is also irrelevant because you're hiding. Prove it. It sounds like you trying to eat off of this and it ain't working for you. Don't come over here trying to run amok up in this space. Damn ridiculous. I ain't gonna have time to be going back and forth with people or whatever. I don't really care. Like old boy said that they over there defending a rising tide. Well, he said a rising tide lifts all boats. His first thing he said was a rising tide lifts all boats. And so he was basically saying he was the rising tide, so people was eating off of him. Now, I'm not going to say that Marcus doesn't feed the streets. I'm not, because if you're reacting to him, his content feeds the streets. However, I'm going to say that the interviewees are actually the rising tide. So without the interviewees, there is no tide to rise. And if he was doing something else, would it be as popular? Who knows? But I if I weren't reacting to him, I'd probably be reacting to something else. But the rising tide are the interviewees and their lives being showcased. That's the rising tide. But because he's documenting it, I'm not going to take the credit away from him. But he is arrogant and he does too much because without them, he couldn't eat. Even though in his case, without them, he couldn't eat the way he's eating. He might be out there trying to hustle people to sign up for credit cards or giving away or getting people to sign up for Obama phones and getting paid per sign up or pushing insurance and getting paid per sign up, which may not be as um, financially beneficial as what he's doing right now in terms of interviewing the homeless people. And if he filmed himself doing those other things, would people be as interested? I just named the things that I know that he's done in the past. There could be other things. But obviously, they weren't as financially beneficial, or, in my opinion, he would still be doing them. But he found something that was more financially beneficial in terms of interviewing homeless people and creating a channel documenting their stories, and is bringing him enough income that he was able to live off of it. And now he found a way to make even more money by shooting corn using a vulnerable population of people, which, in my opinion, is not cool. But that's what he's doing. And if he weren't documenting the homeless people's lives the way he's doing, there's plenty of other channels out there that are actually doing it that a reactor could react to if that's what they chose to do. Some people may not even be out here reacting if it weren't for that. They might have actually decided to turn their viewership into their subscription into actual channel because they see what he's doing to the point that they want to say a lot more than they can in the comment section. And without that, they may not feel the need to do so. So don't get beside yourself. And whoever you are, don't get beside yourself. But until you show who you really are, nothing you said actually matters. But I read your comment repeatedly because that's how wrong you were. That's how wrong you were. That is so funny that I gotta keep reading it. And it'll be seen when this live happened, and it'll be seen when the other live that you are put the comment on happened, which I already pointed out, and it'll be seen what he did in between there. And if it's not still posted, you'll be able to know because I went to his channel and I called off some of them. That's how I was able to be as specific as I was, because I wanted to make sure I did that. Because I know the timing of me doing what I've done, what I saw right before that, and what I saw after that. So if you want to come to somebody's channel and talk to them about something that you think is different and call it fact, make sure that you're accurate in what you're saying and that you are speaking facts. And you want to know something else that's funny? This is what I love about people. When you call them on their ish, they change the subject. Stay on the subject. What you said is accurate. Where? What video is it in? To show it, to prove it, since you claim that the information in that live is wrong. Where is it posted on ASI? What you're saying and not what I'm saying. But instead of going head on with that, you want to turn around and you want to say something about creating content and all that other kind of stuff. What does that have to do with you claiming that Polo has his ID or that Marcus isn't dealing with Polo or any of the other things? Not a gosh darn thing. Or giving somebody tips and all of that, which is kind of like a personal attack. You're trying to personally attack my channel when all I asked you to do is to prove what you're saying is true. Prove what you're saying is fact. That's all. But you couldn't stick with that. You had to personally attack my channel. And the reason you did it, in my opinion, is because you not only are you wrong, but you know you're wrong. So you couldn't continue the conversation to prove that you're right because you can't prove that you're right. Crazy work. Crazy work. I said what I said. And other people know that you're wrong. And I'm just going to leave your stuff up there so you can look stupid. Hide behind a fake page, hide behind a fake account, claiming that you're a content creator, but you have no content on your channel. So you hide behind a fake account. And I don't know who it is. You could be, that dusty, dirty foot conductor for all I know, because that other girl came over here and I'm pretty sure that's where she came from. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you came from or who you are for real. You're wrong. And I'm going to let your comments stay up so that everybody that follows the street sector can read what you said and know that you're wrong. I don't have anything else to say. But I do know that dusty people like you like to dirty delete and not stand on it. And so for that reason, I did this so that it's verbally documented as well. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this right now before I end this live. I'm about to screenshot you. Let me do it real quick. You were in here listening too. You were. Thomas, I'm a subscriber. Duh. I know you are. Because you got my notification when I went live. So let me go on and document you. I should have turned the sound on so everybody can hear me screenshotting your bull crap and lies. Here we go. So that one. And then here we go. There we go. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh wow. Oh, they all long. Let me do it like this then. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. That one. They're long, so I had to do 3 screenshots. There, I got it. So when you dirty delete, you can't make it go away. I screenshotted it. Ha 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 ha. You're gonna look slow. You're gonna look slow. This is funny. What is this right here? Oh, that was from last night. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to wrap up. I wasn't really planning to be on here this long. I actually got stuff that I need to get taken care of. I thought I was gonna come on here real quick and get right back off of here, but it didn't quite go like that. I had a few people come in. I want to thank everybody that came, as y'all came and as y'all went. Yeah. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks everybody for hitting that thumbs up, that like button. If you catch this on the replay, please double tap the screen for a like. If you want to respond to any of the things that I said, as I pointed out, that as I pointed out, hold on one second. I gotta see something real quick before I finish my sentence. And my bladder is on overload while I'm playing. Hold on. Hold on. So if you want to respond to any of the questions, I mean not questions, I meant to say statements. Let me not be distracted. I was looking at something. I'm half low key got distracted. If you want to respond to any of the statements that were made by this person in the comment section, please do. If you feel like that person is right and you want to point out the specifics, please do. And if you feel like they're wrong and you want to point that out as well, please do, you know. And if you don't want to, then that's cool as well. But I feel like this person is kind of lost and misguided. And maybe they just need to get someone to give them like the correct answer on whatever it is that they're saying. Maybe. Because it kind of seems like they just want drama, you know, and it also seems like they just have a problem with reaction channels, you know, implying that they have a channel basically, but also at the same time um hiding under a fake screen name. What a coward. What a coward. Anywho, I'm going to get up out of here and I am going to let you guys know that I am ending this by sending love your way. I hope and I pray that you guys have a really good rest of your Sunday and that you are uh, filled with love and peace, and that your cup runneth over. And with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. Um, Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not subscribed already. We cover content from the street sector, some of the goings on in the LA sector, and trending and hot topics. You get a little bit of this and a little bit of that over here. And with that being said, oh, one more thing, because I've been trying to remember to call out content creators that were in the building. We had Sheena, Bama, Florida, Texas. Is you look at the screen name. It's in the chat. Um, Check her out. She has a channel as well. She be covering some of the goings on in the street sector as well. A lot of variety of stuff going on. So TRW. Y'all check her out as well. Her channel name is in the chat. TRW 3659. And then we also had Troy's World 313 in the building. Big channel over there. Boy, he got the whole street sector covered. Y'all hear me? Y'all want to call in and have your voice be heard? That is the place to be. So with that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all on somebody else's channel or somebody else's live or back over here at another time. And I'm wishing you guys all well, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace.